What's going on? Welcome to my next video on breaking down dynamic anime poses. And I chose two pictures from Pinterest, being from the anime series Fire Force. The first one being Shinra, and the second pose would be Tamaki's. Now, this one I tried to pick the pose that was the most dynamic from both of those characters. And there are a lot of different poses, which I probably will cover in future videos, because I've seen a lot of really good poses and stills from the show. But with this one, I chose because it was like a lot of foreshortening in this one. And so with this, I started out with the head. And just like with all the other poses, I kind of start to create the shapes and find all the different shapes, a lot of big shapes to create the pose, which I started with the head and I made the big circle for the body. And because you're roughing out the shapes and you're trying to figure out where to position the body, I just take and just start making big shapes. I just start putting circles where it goes, um, cones where it goes, and different things like that. You're trying to create objects to figure out where each area is positioned, each body part is going. It's kind of a faster way for my eyes to comprehend and see to know where the body's being bended. I guess you can also sketch it out in a way too, where we can kind of just take and make like a gesture sketch or stick figures. It all depends on what you want to do. And this way, or this particular method I like to do, is kind of an easier way for me to figure out a little bit better. Just creating like the in-depth shapes for my body, my brain to figure out where it goes. Now you see, after I created the head and the circle for the chest, I took and enlarged the hand, since the hand is big in the picture, and I kind of outlined it first. That way I know where everything is placed, and then I start going in and adding in all those shape details into it. I like to do that a lot when I'm doing foreshortening, because it's kind of a way to show how big the body part will be before you start to work on it. And since you're outlining it real lightly and going across it darker with the shapes, you can kind of go around and fix it up any way you want, or take the hand and enlarge it if you want to before you start to darken it up and add in those shapes for the fingers. You see me doing right now, I'm just taking and I'm adding in the typical 3 cylinders for the fingers to create the fingers, but I'm kind of going outwards, like in a perspective space. You see me adding in the fingers in there. And sometimes when I'm drawing fingers, I like to do the tips also. I'll start with the tips and work my way back into the palm, or I may work my way from the palm to the tips. It all depends on where the hand is positioned and how it's positioned for me to create that pose, or at least hand pose. So right now I'm adding in the detail. I'm trying to figure out where the fingers are going to go, or at least the fingertips. And then when I get the fingertips in, I'm going back and I'm placing in the fingers behind those fingertips. The hand can always be positioned in whatever way I can have it. And then based on the fingertips of how I draw them, I can just create and make the hand however way you want it. And I'll do a hand video in the future to kind of show that it's kind of an easier process. In a way, it's kind of a way to draw poses from your imagination when you're drawing from the fingertips, because since the fingertips are there, it's like you know how to draw the rest of the hand. You know how to place the rest of the hand just from the fingertips when you're doing it in a foreshortened way. And I'll show that in the future video. So right now I'm just adding in the shoulders, the arms, darkening everything up. Trying to make sure my brain don't get confused, which is why I'm erasing the line details that's kind of like, I guess, going through the figure. Because if it's too many lines, your brain will start to kind of go mix different directions and try to figure out which way to go. And I kind of like to erase the lines in between. And right now I'm finishing it up. Now for this, it took a while to do it. I mean, it took a good 3 or 4 minutes. But typically, if I'm doing something like this, I will go over it quickly. It could be within, I'd say, about 20 seconds, depending on the complexity of the pose. And then I could just go over it later on with the shapes. And then after I do the shapes, then I'll go over it with the details of the character. You see, I added in the eyes. Now for this one, She has her hands outwards. One is going out, one is going, look like it's going back in. So I drew this in a way where, since it's a female, I said I was going to draw it different for the shapes. Since, females are, their bodies are shaped different. So I wanted to shape the shapes that I'm drawing different. That way you can see kind of how I do the body of a female. And so I started typically the same way as the male. I go circles for the head, circles for the chest, circles for the waist. Now, because the female character and her waist is wider, and shapes are typically wider in females anyway, widen the shape for the waist, and then I'm just working my way from there. So I'm adding in the curves for the stomach there, center line. I always like to add a center line. Center line is kind of a way for me to know where to place and end certain things. Like if I'm doing a chest, I can know where the chest starts and ends. Kind of an easy way to figure that out. Or if I'm doing, or I may draw a line around, wrapping around the circle. That way you know where 3D space, if I'm doing the rib cage or things like that. You have to add in small things for your brain to know how to place the details and anatomical structures when you're adding it in. So right now I'm doing it the same as I did with the last one, where I just start to shape in the hand, drawing an outline, and then later on going in and adding in the shapes before I add in the detail. So I'm just going in, quickly roughing out the hand, just making it, just doing it real quick. Not too fancy. I'll go back onto that later. That way I can work on the other side, getting in the arm, a circle for the elbows, getting in that forearm. And you see that the further back I go, the smaller it gets. This is going, back in perspective. So adding in the hand, adding in the legs, get one leg going out. In her fighting stance, have the bottom leg going. It's all about just, you have to eyeball it and just draw what you see. I mean, sometimes it may look different. Sometimes it won't, because you can, take the pose, you can draw exactly what you see, or you can take the pose and put it with your own character and just mix up. You see I'm going back with the hand, adding in the shapes for the fingers, just to add in that small detail. That way I will know which way the fingers will go and how it will look in 3D space when I'm adding in the actual details. Getting that in. And the more you practice with fingers, the easier it get. You'll be doing it either real quick or real slow, but either way works. You're not in a rush, you're just doing it for fun. So adding in the other part of the thumb. Get that in there. Finishing it off. And now since it's a female character, you see how the difference is with the female and the male characters. With the female and male characters, you can literally draw the character as a female. You can draw the female character the same as you can draw the male character. And then when you start to add in the female features, then you can just start dropping that in, because that the waist is bigger, and the chest is bigger, and you're just adding in those small things, adjustments to it, as you see me doing right here. Then we start to add in the clothing and everything, then you can start to place it around all of that. Because once you take the kneaded eraser and erase over real lightly, it's easy for me to go over it, or for you to go over it and add in those details to create the character. As you see me do, I think I've done pretty much all my shorts which show me create a character just like this, and then later on erase it lightly and go over it, adding those details. I think I did a lot of Dragon Ball Z characters like that. You see, I think I did a lot of Goku's, and I think I did a Frieza one as a short. If you haven't seen that, you can check those out. But that's it for this video. Want to see more videos like this? Hit the like button, comment for any other pose that you want to see, and take care.